Alright everybody, this is my second Ghost Box session. It is 6:18 p.m. Halloween night, 2016. I got this new stereo. I got this new guitar system here. It's an acoustic guitar, and it is actually an Adam Levine guitar by First Act, as you can see. And I am using this guitar tonight to hopefully draw in some spiritual activity. Because sometimes harmonics and sounds make it their way to the other realm, and they love the sound of soothing music. Sometimes there's certain songs that they hate, and sometimes there's certain songs that they absolutely love. And so I am going to do a couple of keys for them. Well, I might not use a key because I have to hold my camera, but I'm going to start my digital recorder. This digital voice recorder here. And as we speak, so let me start it off by saying 6:19 p.m. It's Halloween night, 2016, and I'm going to be using an acoustic guitar to record the responses to some spiritual activity that I'm getting here on the Echovox. I'm going to start the Echovox, and I'm going to let them know. I'm going to play a tune and ask them if they like it, or if they can tell me what it is that I'm doing. Tell me what it is that I am messing with. I'm not even going to say anything. I'm just going to play it and see if they know what it is. Hello. I'm back. It's Donna Michelle. 6:20 p.m. I have something here in my hand, and I'd like for you to tell me what this is. What is this? Do you hear this? Do you know what this is in my hand? Do you hear that sound? What is that sound coming from? Did you? What was that? I could have sworn while I was strumming it, I heard a woman say loudly, "A guitar." But I'm going to have to play that back. So I'm going to set the camera here. Actually, I know that looks really unprofessional, but I'm going to set it here because this is where all the pretty lights are coming from here. And I'm going to go ahead and keep strumming and see if they can hear it. Do you know what that is I just did? What am I messing with? A guitar. Do you like music? You like music? Do you like guitars? Do you want me to play it? way off he's tuned really bad. Do you know what this device is? Music! Ah, I just heard him say music. 6:24 p.m. So you like music? I like to sing. Donna Stensland. I heard him say Donna Stensland. Do you want me to play the guitar better? Because I need to learn. I wish I could have someone tune this thing for me. Okay, so I may have got some hits on that. I'm going to go ahead and stop that. I've got about 2.5 minutes left of this recording. I'm not really sure if they responded about the specific that it was a guitar or that I was strumming music, because it's not really music what I was strumming, but it's completely out of tune. But the fact that they can hear harmonics, that they're able to hear the sound vibrations and actually identify with them, is very great evidence that this app is working and that I'm actually talking to an intelligent person. I'm going to continue recording and see for the next 2 more minutes if there's anything else intellectual that comes out. Happy Halloween! Happy Halloween! Is there anybody here who would like to say hello to a loved one, because it's Halloween and it's time for you to come through and talk to us? Oh my, hello. Are you able to tell me what city you're from? What city are you from? From a long time ago. So there was no cities then, were there? There were no civilizational cities. Long forgotten. Ooh, that's insane. Do you live in a realm that's not this earth? I just asked these entities if they are, or what city are they from? I'm trying to get clarification on their geographics, and they said again, we are from a place that is before cities were made. That they are not from a place of this time, and that doesn't mean that they're not from Earth. That just means that they are not coming from a place that we are familiar with on mapping of the Earth, on colonizing and giving names and places names. So if I ask them, are you from Chicago? Are you from New York? They're going to say no, because that didn't exist when we were here. And I'm going to be like, wow, that totally blows my mind, and I completely believe you. So before any time that the earth was colonized, from tribe to tribe, they existed. And they keep coming back and telling me that we are from a non-literal, literalized, literaturized time. And that just blows my mind. And I just am so fascinated by it, and I wish I can get more information from them. So let's try to do that. Okay, I'm trying to make sense of that one. I'm definitely going to have to go back, because I think I heard a woman come through very beautifully with a very, very beautiful voice saying that you were taught about this life. And the man would come back in and say that you were taught about this life, and you were something, 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 and he would come in and interrupt her, or either take over the voice. I'm not sure if they're alternating voices, because it goes between male and female voice. And I think it has a lot to do with, I was taught about people who existed on this planet up until a certain point, but they were here way before that, and there was no literature or writ or historical documentation that has been able to write about them, because they were never here during the time of the first languages being recorded. So no matter how much of an education these institutions of knowledge that are instituted on this planet in colleges and universities try to archive, they go beyond the first language archive, and they go beyond the first contact with human creationism that even Western civilization has tried to dogmatically literalized in their Bibles, saying the Earth's only 10,000 years old, or 6,000 years old, and it's billions of years old, and they're beyond that. They're like, we're beyond that. We're infinite, is what they're saying. And if gods are infinite, and if gods are immortal, and if gods are beyond time itself, that's exactly what they're saying. That you cannot even pinpoint their creation point, the point of where they began, and the point of where they're going to end, or where they ended, because they didn't end. They're still us, and we are them. And that's where it comes down to. Once we can be rest assured that we're not a a, a minute soul, that we are an infinite soul. We may be small in comparison to the rest of the universe, but we are infinite, and they are infinite, and they are trying to help us evolve to this awareness that we don't just die and stop living, that we continue to thrive and live in another form and fashion. And for them to be in that form and fashion, alive right now, able to talk to me through this device, is proof of that they exist in a realm that is untangible, but it exists because it's energy, and it's there because it's forming a language through in which it's able to speak. It is an unliteralized language, unliteralized existence, untangible recorded archaeological evidence of history that has no drawing for it, that has no interpretation for it, because it just is. And that's why a lot of people say, well, who is God? He just is. There is no form to God. There is no symbol to God. There is no name to God. It just is, and it always will be. And just like they are, and they always will be. So, and I feel like that's us. We always are, and we always will be. For someone to say that we're not important, that we need to die to self, and that we never go anywhere after we die, and we just go straight into the dirt, and that's all we are, that's ridiculous. I will never, ever end my awareness and my mental development on that. I'm going to keep expanding it and evolving it. So we've got another minute. Let's see what else it has to say. Just told right now very clearly that I need to talk about the emotional gifts that we have. The emotional gifts that we have is what I need to talk about, and I've already instantly saw a flash in my head when they told me this, that it's not just human emotion, it's animal emotion, it's universal consciousness, it's in all animal life, it's in all living things. Everything has an emotion. Plants have an emotion, and plants sense pain. The fact that a plant can sense pain and to cut a tree down before it's dead just proves that when we deforestate forestry to live living plants, we create an uproar in emotional energy that gets sent across the airwaves and consciousness, and it affects the planet, completely affects the planet in ways that we can't even put on a graph or a scale or record with our tools. But emotions are important. It is now 6:37 p.m. October 31st. I am trying to connect to the last message you guys gave me on the last recording as far as the emotions and human emotions. That I need to talk about emotions, consciousness, connectivity. All nature exists with this specific trait. And there's so many religious people out there in the science arena that try to cut off mankind at its roots, cause division and divide mankind from nature, causing division in human nature and division in nature and human and animal, separating everything, separation after one thing after